Hey, everybody. Hey, hey. Welcome to the suite. I am your girl, April Marie, and I am so excited to be live with you guys tonight. First of all, let me just tell you what happened. Okay. I'm so excited because I have a t-shirt line. You guys know. Handle her with care. Swipe left to reveal the comments. Why does this always happen to me? I don't even know. Okay. Anyways, I'm so excited. I have a t-shirt line, a clothing line. It's turning into like a full clothing line. You guys don't even know what I'm looking at right now. They're the cutest things ever. I have panties now. Panties. Okay. They'll be added to the website probably in the next week or so. Panties and like biker shorts and like booty shorts and stuff like that. Hey, TT. Welcome to the suite. And so I had so many sales today. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. This is my logo, Handle with Care. And then I have some unisex Handle Her with Care. The website was just like going off today. And I was like, oh my gosh. But I couldn't really check it because I was doing hair. So then when I finally had the chance to check it, I was like, oh my gosh. Like I kept scrolling and I was like, oh my gosh, like my stuff is working. I didn't even boost the post. I just posted today a flyer for Mother's Day. If you guys don't know, you can go ahead and log in, handleherwithcare.com, and I have a coupon. So it's a Mother's Day 15. Get 15% off. I mean, I got a couple people ordering duplicate hoodies and gifts for mom and, gifts for sister. I mean, it's just really cool. So I'm super excited about that. That's number one. So, the topic of the evening is, what did you just say to me? Yeah. What did you just say to me? And why are you saying it? What? Oh, hi, Caleb. Can I help you? Nothing? Okay. Who are you? Hey, Trisana. And what gives you the right to say anything to me about me? You know, so many people feel entitled to tell you about yourself. Oh, they'll say things like, oh, you just a good shoe shiner. Wow, your shoes are so shiny. You just gonna be shining shoes to the day, because you cleaning your tennis shoes. You have kids and they're good at cleaning their little tennis shoes. You just gonna be shining shoes, huh? That's just your job. Wow, you just so good at it. And it's like hey Javier, you have the power to really help to shape someone's ideas about themselves. You have the power, mom, dad, uncle, aunt, sister, cousin, friend, passerby, clients. I can't tell you how many clients have told me, wow, you're just going to be doing my hair till the day I die. And I said, baby, you're only a year older than me. So that means that if I'm doing your hair till the day you die, that means that I'm going too. We're in the same age. Why do we feel so comfortable limiting each other? Why do we feel so comfortable putting people in this pigeonhole? My dad said pigeonhole tonight because we were discussing it before I discussed it. And thank you guys. Hey, mom, I see you watching. We feel so comfortable pigeonholing people into these very small spaces. And depending on who the person is, they may not be able to break free out of that that pigeonhole. You put them in such a small box, and if they're not strong enough to self self fulfilling prophecy, absolutely. If they're not strong enough to recreate that narrative, right? Is this bothering you guys? Can you hear? Is my earring hitting it? Let me know because I can hear it and I don't want to be. Let me see. That better? I hope so. We have to uplift people and help open doors. I 100% agree. It is so easy to look at somebody in their lowest point or in their beginning stages, right? And be like, oh, oh, that's what you do. You just like me. Like I said, you just a hairstylist. That's all you do is do hair. Wow, I've had someone tell me um to my face. What That's the topic. What did you just say to me? I have had someone tell me to my face, girl, if it's not about hair, I don't want to hear. All you know is about hair. You know everything about hair. And I said, and I had to speak it to myself though. So I didn't become combative with her, because I know she doesn't know me, right? She doesn't know me. She doesn't know anything about me. And so I just simply said to myself under my breath, you don't know me. There's so much more to me than just this. There are so many more things that I'm good at than just hair. And I will achieve every last thing. Hey, Dad. Hey, TT, that I set out to do. And you're not going to put me in a box, in a hole. You're not going to put me and shove me down somewhere, excuse me, low, somewhere where no one can see my shine. Why do we keep doing that to each other? And then we do it to our kids. So I have some notes because you guys know, even though I was doing hair today, I turned around for like 10 good minutes and I was just on my laptop, like, I had to get this out. So I have to remind myself daily. If you guys are familiar with the Bible, I am a firm believer in the Bible. I may talk crazy sometimes, I may act like a fool sometimes, but you know, I always got to bring it back home. So Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Hey, Fatasha, yes, girl. Yes, yes, yes. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So regardless of what you're hearing from the outside world, the chatter, people telling you this, people telling you that, people telling you what you're not, what they think you are, what they think you can do. Oh, you just so good at, making quesadillas. Oh, you just a good quesadilla cook. What? How about you say, these are really delicious. What else do you cook? What else? What else do you cook? You have to be a chef. Are you in chef school? People will put you in the smallest places. And if you don't know how to combat that, especially as a child when we're talking to our kids, right? You don't know how to combat it. So you just go along with it. And that is why we have so many professional, my son at this point right now, he's a mobile detailer. Him and his god brother, he's an older guy, he's like 28. His god brother Lloyd and Caleb, they started a mobile detailing business, right? And they are booked every weekend. And because Caleb is, shorter than Lloyd, Lloyd does the roof, Caleb's doing the tires and the rims. Caleb's doing the rails, the side rails and vacuuming the inside of the car, and Lloyd is doing the roof and this and that. So they work together, right? So could you imagine if somebody was like, "Wow, Caleb, you really good at doing these rims. You're just gonna be doing rims forever." And we do have professional mobile detailers that are doing rims. But I'm saying at Caleb's young age, for him to even help to start a business, being in on the ground working of starting a business at his age of 14, if someone pigeonholed him into the space of only washing rims, what are we doing? What are we doing? How about, and I love Michelle Obama, her book Becoming. Honestly, I didn't read it all. Okay, that's it. I didn't read it all, but I did keep falling asleep. And it's really just because my schedule's busy. It's not because it was boring, but she had a lot of good takeaways. And so one of them I remember her saying, because I listened to the audiobook, was that it's an ever becoming, ever moving. Hey, Miss Kelly, ever changing, ever growing. So she said she's very careful not to ask a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? Because that be is the end all be all. Like, let's continue that narrative and say, well, what do you think you want to become? How do you feel when you do this? How do you feel when you do that? How does this make you feel? Okay, so you like to be creative. Wow, well, you can create anything. You can be anything. You don't have to only make t-shirts, April Marie. You can also branch into dresses. You can make lingerie. You can make this. You can do anything. If you have a clothing line, honey, you can make a line as big as you want. Help our children and even ourselves, the child that's inside of us, to expand your mindset, expand your thoughts about even you and where you can take your business or yourself. You see? So many times people will say things negative. Oh, you just like your dad. And some people know how their dad is. Okay? He's not the greatest guy, right? So you like, You're saying that I'm just like my dad, but you complain about him all the time. You say he's not this, he's not that, he's not this, he'll never be this, he's not that. Okay? And so by you saying you're just like this man I can't stand, you're just like this woman who's fat, ugly, trifling, this, that, who I can't stand. You're just like your Uncle Rob, who's a thief. Everybody knows Uncle Rob is a thief. Why are we calling the kids the thief? Why are we saying that? Because we are not, thank you, Jazana. Yes. Why are we doing that? Because we're not thinking before we speak. We're speaking a lot of times out of anger, out of irritation, out of frustration. And that we need to continue to speak out of love. That is the place. Speaking even when you're thinking about your family members, you're thinking about your kids, and the thoughts need to be out of love. Because if they're out of irritation, when they come from a place of upsetment and you just allow yourself to spew out negative words over the life of anyone. So not just a child, but a coworker. My coworkers, I own the salon, me and Courtney own the salon, but I'm like, baby, what you making? What's next? This All Dolled Up Beauty Bar, I want you to be here. I love that you work here. I love that we're coworkers and we work together, right? But what's next for you? So you're making oils, cuticle oil. Okay, uh-huh. You're making scrubs. Are you selling them? If you're not, let's get going on that. Okay, because everybody needs to have at least two forms of income here at this salon, right? So you, Courtney, you're doing your brows and your waxing. Okay, so what's the skincare line? April Marie, you doing hair? You got Handle Her with Care. You got Hair Honey. You know, what else you doing? You need another stream. Where's the stream coming? Everybody needs to be doing some. What's next for you? Because we can have as many streams, and they can flow into rivers. Hey, B, and then they can flow right into the ocean. And what's the ocean? The big pot. What's the pot? The bank account. Yeah. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I mean that. What did you say, Jazana? You said you always say that to your son. Absolutely. What's next? What we doing? Love is everything, Fatasha. That's right. And I saw you. Were you trying to join the live or was that an accident? Okay, because if you are trying to join, I'll let you in. We'll do a 5 minute little let in. But if you weren't, I get it. I was just saying. But so my point is that we have to do better in our community. And so I have a great note here. Okay, my daddy said, in the fifth grade, I had my first Black female teacher, Mrs. Dunning, told me that I had an analytical mind. I didn't even know what that word meant. However, I never forgot it, and it caused me to become an analytical thinker. Yes, that's beautiful. And it's so funny the things that we remember. Hey, Miss Sylvia, the things that we remember, it can be, I mean, Dad, you're 60 something years old, taking you back to the fifth grade. That's amazing because those words and the things that people tell you and the things that people say have an effect, the positive and the negative. So we have to be ever so careful what seeds we plant. Okay, so let me take you to my notes. Hold on. So I was saying, oh, yes, I did share that even when people are talking, boxy to me, try to put me in a little, oh, okay, you're just too pressing curls. Wow, you're just such a good presser. I said, oh, yes, thank you. And I said, oh, that is just not it. That is not everything, honey. I have so many things in this knapsack of blessings behind me, and I'll just keep pulling them out. Oh yeah. Now we starting this business. Oh yeah. Now we doing that. Now we doing this. Now we doing that. Okay, it was an accident. Okay. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you're enjoying the suite. If you guys are enjoying this, please share it. Host a watch party, anything, because I just really want to get the conversation out there. I want people to be more elevated in their thinking and inspired, hopefully inspired for sure. So thank you for that. Um, yeah, they don't know you. And that's the thing. Why are you speaking on things you don't know about? People will do that. And my mom used to say all the time, she would say, oh, they're just jealous. And I used to not understand what that meant. But I think that there's different forms of jealousy. I don't think that it's I used to think that it was always like, well, what could you be jealous of? Not necessarily my clothing or my hair or anything like that, but it was a light. It was internal. I can see now why someone would have been wondering, what is it about her? What is this about her that's so interesting or funny or fun or light? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? And to be irritated with that because of their own insecurities and discontentment with themselves. I can understand that now as an adult. I used to think it was physical, outward. Like my dress is it's she's wearing a longer dress, but that's not what it was. Kelly said, my mom used to say it was the crab in the barrel mentality. Yes, I think that too. I think that a lot of us do not know how to celebrate each other. That's why I have the Glow Girl Suite because I'm like, I'm over it. Like, let's just finally shed some light and freaking love one another and post about each other and share our businesses and do all different types of stuff. Like, let's go. If you have a business, drop it in this chat right here. Type your website in so people can hit that link. We support business here, we support growth. We support what's next. We support that. That's what we're here for. I mean, if we supported each other, how big could we actually be as a people? I mean, the dollars literally come from black households. It literally comes from all these businesses, they're like, oh yeah, it's not, we're not, they're not, the dollars aren't coming from white folks. They're just not. We spend the most, which we do need to talk about that too, but we're talking about what you just say to me tonight. But yes, so if we supported each other, how much more could we do? Um, let's see. I said, okay, so I was saying that if you, this is a note that I had. If you keep telling someone and pigeonholing them, it's literally, and especially at a young age, it starts with this horrible rhetoric of what you are and who you aren't and what you're not going to be or whatever. But if you look at it like in this analogy, it's like giving a child, it's like if there were a horse and you put blinders on them and you put the carrot or the mule and you put the carrot in front of their nose and they walk that track forever with those blinders on and that carrot dangling in front of their nose, and they're just walking trying to chase this carrot that they can't see because you fed them this lie, you fed them this thought, and that's all they can see. And if you don't have somebody, a young person who, like my mom shared a story about Oprah, when she got to her mother's house finally, she said that her mother and the lady that her mother was living with told her basically, you black and you ugly and you sleeping on the porch, you're not allowed in this house. Oprah, I love to say her name like that. Oprah, had she fed on that, right? Had she kept that, had she used that as her, source, I'm black, I'm ugly, I can't get in the house, no one's gonna let me in. Had she really swallowed that, we would not have Oprah Winfrey. But my mother said that as she kept reading, Oprah had said, they don't know me. Hey, Bran, they don't know me. And so they're not going to shape me because they don't know me. As she slept on the porch, not allowed in her mother's house, called all types of derogatory names, treated horribly. She, as a 6-year-old child, was telling herself, but they don't know you. You're better than this. This is not you. You don't have to have this and adopt this. So my point is, if the children don't know, or if the adult doesn't know that they can combat that behavior that they or that those words with the opposite and really give themselves um, a positive outlook and change that narrative, you can do it yourself. You don't need anybody to say, no, you don't have to be a shoe shiner. You can actually own the shoe repair company. You can actually do, I mean, if you're not strong enough, you can't be, you're going to forever be that horse with the blinders on and the carrot in front of their nose. But why do we keep doing that to each other? That's crazy. That's crazy. So I said here, I said, it takes a village to raise a child, right? So then you have a lot of aunties around, you have a lot of cousins around. It's like, oh, you're gonna stay with your cousin tonight because mommy got to go on a date, right? Single parent, who knows? You're gonna stay. And auntie is toxic, right? Uh, so so my note says it takes a village to raise a child, but if the village is toxic, then what are we growing? Okay, I'm back. What are we growing? More toxic people? More toxic people, more people that whew, don't know how to love each other, don't know how to love themselves, don't know how to encourage each other, encourage themselves, just consistently feeding yourself negativity and toxic thoughts and views. And have you've seen them, you've seen the negative Nancy. She's so negative. I don't like hanging out with her. She's so mean. She's so negative. You've seen them. You know them. Was the community toxic? You know, was the village, as we say, our village. I need my village. Yeah, but uh, we all remember that one auntie that couldn't stand us. We know her. We know her. And it never sat well with you, and it always made you uncomfortable. The village was toxic. So what are we growing? And if you're not equipped with the proper tools to combat that, you can forever know that it's a seed. It's a seed. So I said, uh oh, after the village is toxic. Okay, wasn't that good? That was good. The same narrative, because we're not eradicating it, right? So we're not fixing it. We have to fix it, right? Otherwise, the same narrative is going to be spun into a new generation. Okay? Poverty, low self esteem at the base of this dying tree. Wow. I mean, okay? Poverty and low self esteem. I mean, look at Oprah, forced to sleep on the porch. The porch. Poverty. Uh-huh. That's what is it. You sleep outside with the dogs. The dogs in the country sleep on the porch. Okay? You sleep on the porch and you're not allowed in this house. Yeah. So if she continued to spin that narrative, right? And that's the base of her tree, it's just dying. It's dead. It's withered up. Withered up. Okay, I'm reading comments. Miss Kelly said, okay, no, let me go back up. I'm sorry. Fatasha said, oh, thank you so much. You preaching some late night knowledge tonight. Oh, thank you so much, sister. I appreciate that. Miss Kelly said it's like being told that black people don't swim. Come on. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. You said, so we as a people have missed out on so much because we didn't want to get in the water. Hair, um, we have heavier bones, you know. I'm gonna tell you, I have a high fat, what is it, BMI? I float. You hear? I mean, I can go underwater and I'll make myself go deep, and then I'll be like, ooh, like I don't know who said black people don't swim. I'm buoyant, okay? I've got buoyancy. These hips ain't, for no reason. So, yes, we can swim and we can get our hair wet. And that's what I was talking about last week. So many people have told me like, oh, your hair, oh, because your hair. I said, oh no, my hair doesn't make me. I'm gonna cut these curls in. Let me just show you my curls. Aren't they doing something? This is my natural curl. Unfreaking believable. But so many people have said like, oh, you can't, you cut your hair and that's everything. Your hair, oh, just cover your face and it's so pretty right around your face. I say, oh, I'm gonna show you my whole face. Yes, because I'm ready for a rainfall shower. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? The kind that comes down over the head. Yes, ma'am. That gonna be me. The rainfall shower with the shower coming at the end of, because I done got out the pool, then in the jacuzzi, got my head all the way wet, got in under the rain and just let it just, I'm ready. I'm not worried about nothing. Nothing. Yes. Missed out. I'm done missing out. And yes, if we keep feeding ourselves these lies, then we will be missing out. And our children will continually miss out on so much more. So much. So much. I'm like, Caleb, when you get to high school, you're joining the golf team. Period. Yeah, it's over. You're joining golf. You can also play whatever other sports you want to play, but golf is everything. We loved it. We went to Top Golf. Uh, let's spin a new narrative. You can do anything. Yeah. Yep. You've got great upper body strength. It doesn't have to be football, whatever. It can be something that is interesting, different. Chess team, jump on there. Yeah, because you can do it all. You're not just one stuck in a box. Open up the mind. Allow it to be just open. Just try it. Something new. It's okay to try something new. Hashtag, I say it all the time, try something new. And then I have, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? So if you say it, you mean it. So out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. One of my friends from high school, she was really cool. Her name was Christine. It took me so long to understand her quote from high school, and I really should get it and read it. But seniors get a quote. And so thank you so much, Rosanna. She says she's doing a great job. I see something else that's next for Miss April Marie. I claim it. I want it. Yes, ma'am. It is coming. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, whatever you're thinking, it's happening for sure, because I know what you're talking about. And I'm so excited about that. And I'll talk about that too towards the end of this live. And we don't have much more to go. I just wanted to drop these nuggets because, but she said, your, let me make sure I get this right. She said, your, it's something about joking, but being serious. So it's like you're never more serious. Yes, that's what it is. You're never more serious than when you're joking. So when you tell somebody something like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, girl, no, that looks terrible," and you like, okay, like, so it looks good. Wait, is it? No, girl, I was just joking. Were you though? Okay. So out of the abundance of the heart, that's the goal, is what I'm trying to say. The mouth speaks. So if there's something that's going on, you can feel it. You can feel that energy. You feel the shift. That is straight from the Bible. That scripture, and I did write it down too, because I like to give a reference if I quote the scripture, the Bible or any other book. Okay, so this is Matthew 15:18. It says, "But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile them, or they defile man." So basically, what I just said, that was defiling. Oh, that looks terrible, girl. No, I'm just kidding. You look so cute. You didn't mean that. You meant that. And it hurt my feelings, but then you covered it over with, "I'm just joking," and that's just not true. You're not joking. You're serious. And it's hurtful, and it starts planting seeds of um and feelings of low, like low self-esteem, little feeders. They're like little feeders, like, "Oh, I guess I looked bad. I guess I felt, that, oh, she said I looked bad. Oh, so I'm not gonna smile because my tooth, my one tooth that bothers me. So now I'm constantly you don't think that those things have a actual effect. They have an actual effect. Oh my goodness, girl, your hips so big, they wider than the Titanic. And you like, now every time you turn around, you got on a big hoodie, you got a sweater, you got a cardigan that's gonna cover your hips. Because you know your hips are big, but doggone the Titanic, that's what we doing? Disrespectful, but right? Right. Come on, you already know. Um, It's just crazy. It's crazy the things that we say, and we don't think that it's going to make a difference in somebody's life, but it does. And it starts planting those seeds of negativity, self doubt, pain, hurt. because you're thinking that this is your village. But if the village is toxic, then what are we actually growing? What are we doing? So then I have life and death are in the power of the tongue, Proverbs 18:21. Everyone has probably heard that. If you haven't, I'm going to read it to you. It says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. There you go. So, you have the power to speak life over someone's life. You have the power to speak wealth, riches, joy, peace. You have the power to speak trouble, irritation. You just always stealing, just a thief. Talking to your kids, they come in, and that's what your kids come in your room and they take your brush and they walk off with it. You just a thief. You just come in my room and take my stuff. Well, you're not talking to your friend, right? Or someone who understands that maybe you're just lashing out irrationally or being funny or whatever. I'm not a thief. I just borrowed it. They don't have that to come back and say to you something else. And then a lot of times you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to come back and say nothing back to your parents. So you just got to take it, right? And so that begins to, now they're like, oh, they just stealing all the time, stealing from the convenience store. Now they got picked up. I gotta go get so and so out the because but so it started somewhere. Where did that start? I remember when my sister, was it my sister? It wasn't me because I didn't do anything. My sister, when we were little, I remember she picked up, I think it was like a pack of gum. My mom said, no, you can't have it. I'm not buying no gum today. That's it. And so my sister picked up the pack of gum and she proceeded to walk out to the car, right? She's like, I'm getting this gum. You understand? It's not going back to the shelf. I'm taking it home and that's it. And so we got in the car and she was holding on her gum. And somehow my mother, she's always so keen with us and just awesome. So thanks, Mom, for always paying attention. And so, uh, so she said, "Where did you get that gum from?" That's how my mom talked. "Oh, where did you get that gum from?" And she said, Miss Stephanie stuck in her tracks. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna die." Yes, you are. And she said, "I got it. I took it from the store." And my mom said, "Didn't I tell you you couldn't have that gum?" My mom turned that car around. She said, "We do not steal." She didn't say, "You're a dirty thief. You a liar. You taking stuff that's not yours. I'm taking you back. The police is gonna come get you. Do you want the I'm gonna call the police. They're gonna take your butt to jail because you ain't nothing but a dirty thief." None of that. She just professed what we were, what you are, right? You are an upstanding young woman. You do not steal. This is the Holland brand. We do not steal. We purchase what we want. We ask for what, so you can speak, you can turn that thing around. But if you feed it, and you water those seeds. I mean, and we just so extra black folks. We're gonna go get Miracle Grow. Okay, we're gonna grow that seed. It's gonna be a blooming, I mean a blossoming plant. We just put Miracle Grow and getting the weed spray, killing the weeds around and making sure it grows. You a thief. I called you one and you're gonna be that. We have to do better with our words. You can call that child, that person, what they are. Even if, I have a lot of clients, they'll come in, they'll be like, my hair's just thin, thin. And I say, oh, well, your hair can hear you. Your words have power. It's just so damaged. It's just so damaged. It's just so, I say, oh, it's not damaged. It will grow. hmm You have to say what you want. It is like a plant. Your scalp is literally like the soil. And if you water it and you oil it and you moisturize it and you care for it, it will grow. You can speak and have power over that thing, or you can kill it and curse it at the root. And guess what, baby? Your hair will not be growing if you don't speak over it, just like a plant. I mean, I always say I don't have a green thumb. I have to have a green thumb because I can grow some hair. Thank you, Lord, for that gift. But let me just say that if you leave your plants with me, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to make it. And that's just my honest to goodness truth, okay? I have to be honest. But I do know that it has been said and is scientifically proven that if you talk to your plants and while you're watering them, you just tell them how beautiful they are. They're just growing. You can actually see the fruit of your words manifesting themselves on that plant. Words have power. And we're not walking around killing the roots of the plants, of our children, of our friends, of our family. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, wait. I missed a few things. Whew. Yes. Dad said, "Oh, okay, let me see what this is." Okay. Oh, Jana said, "Pick your village carefully. It could be a ghetto." And then Jana said, "That's a whole bar." Yes, it is, Daddy, and that was a good point. Um, and then Miss Dad said to Miss Kelly's comment about Black people not knowing how to swim. My dad said the water is a metaphor for life. Okay, we getting real poetic in here tonight. I love it. So Miss Kelly's comment said, let me go back to it real quick. It's like being told that Black people don't swim. So we as people have missed out on so much because we don't get in the water. Dad said that swim is a metaphor for life. So basically saying that we don't do life well. We don't jump in. We're very trepidatious in our dealings. We don't have the freedom to live. And it could be, because of all the years of slavery that we suffered and that continued oppressed feeling that has just trapped, and because of the generations over generations of us not changing that narrative, of us not um, okay, I just got a text. Okay, of us not changing that narrative and speaking life over those situations, right? Instead of death. So until we see how we can help to change that and spin it and fix it, we will continue to stand on the outsides and just dip a toe, not jumping in and being free to move. I love it when we're on an airplane and they say, "Oh, the seatbelt sign is off. Now you can feel free to move about the cabin." I love that. I'm like, "Oh, unleash me. Let me out. Yes, I'm going to move about this life cabin and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do that. I'm going to try this. I'm going to taste that. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there." I want my seatbelt sign off, period. So, yes, I completely understand that. And I love that, Dad. Love that. Love that. Okay, so Miss Kelly said, "I get excited when I see my daughter and her friends eating sushi. Yes, going to these fancy restaurants. Oh, that's me. Going to these fancy restaurants and trying new foods. We are more than greens and fried chicken." Yes, when people would say, "Oh, my kids are so picky." This is what people say. Say, right? We're talking about saying. What did she just say to me? That's the topic. Um, so people say, "Oh, my kids, they just picky eaters." I've said since birth, my kids will eat anything. They are not picky. They have extremely diverse palates. They're fine. Oh no, they'll try it. Absolutely, we're good to go. Put it on the plate. It's greens. It's sushi. My kids love sushi. They love calamari. They like, you go to the steakhouse. They're like, "Oh, you know what? I'll try the halibut. With the drizzle of the such and such, with the smear of the radish, and it's great. It's delicious." We're not having that. We're not eating French fries forever. No, no, we're not doing any of that. Whatever that is, chicken nugget life and all that. No, 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 no. Figure something else out. hmm No, they'll eat it. You're gonna try this delicious salmon croquet. You know, with grits. Uh-huh. Yes, and shrimp on top. Oh yes, we're going to try it. We are not like that. You have to get even your kids as and I'm growing my palate. I mean, come on, this is all an experience, but I'm taking them along on this journey. I'm not limiting their experiences. I want them to see it all now. I was talking with one of my clients, and we were saying, like, how if we could have had the exposure to certain things sooner instead of the, well, when you grow up, right? Because You hear when you're a kid, when you grow up, you'll experience or you'll see when you grow up, when you grow up. And it's like, well, no, it's now. It's now. Because if we're not priming them for these things now, when they grow up, it really can be too late. I mean, honestly, starting a career in your mid to late 30s, I mean, we're doing it and we're probably the last generation that will be doing that. You finish school and then now you're 36 and you're just now getting settled and situated. We're probably the last generation that will be able to function like that because things are moving and things are growing so fast. I mean, look at all these young millionaires, like 16, 18 off this YouTube. They're gaining so much momentum. They're starting these boss girl brands. They come in with these onesie suits and this and the lashes and that. I mean, they're really, really, really hustling, right? So we're probably the last generation that's going to wake up on the wrong side of 36 talking about I'm going to, get out here and do something. These kids are moving. But if we're not encouraging them and teaching them the right way to manage their money early so that when they get to 36 they're not starting over. But first, right? So let's backtrack. We got to figure that out before we can actually teach them, right? We have to go there first. We have to dig deep, get these finances in order. We've got to dig deep, learn how to manage business so that when we see, you know, our little daughter and she's starting up her little onesies and she's taking her selfies and modeling her stuff and getting her friends and putting it together, say, okay, I love that. You are a creative mind, but we've got to take it back to the basics and let's go ahead and get this business plan set so that you can get more funding so that you can move into this vein, into that vein, and you can do this and you can do that, so that you can build that onesie brand into a multi-million dollar brand without owing millions of back taxes, without having the IRS eating at you, without having this and that problems. But if we teach him now, 14, he's doing RINs. You feel me? This is his business though. Him and his godbrother do it together. So if we take it back to the base level, okay, so let's set this up. Let's get you set. By the time you're 25, now you've got rental properties. You own two mobile detailing businesses in two different states, whatever the case may be, it it keeps you able to move about the cabin freely with no seatbelt sign, right? I love that. Okay, so Drazana said, or when it's drunk. Are you talking about the village? If you're talking about the village, I don't know. I don't know what part you said that at. And then Brandy, I don't know what you talk about. I did not say anything about your Matilda tooth. I love your Matilda tooth. Are you kidding me? Dad's mom said those words are darts and they are sucklings meant to prick and deflate and suckle at the base of the tree. Whoa. And suck the base of the tree and healthy nutrients out and leave the tree or the person dead. Not in the natural sense necessarily, but it begins in the spirit. Speaking life begets life. Thank you, Lord. Yes. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. My hips are big too, Les. Mom, exactly. I completely agree with you on that. 100%. Those words, and a lot of them, I mean, a lot of people don't know any better. They know that this is what they were told, this is and I turned out all right. You know, I got beat when I was in, I got this when I was, and I turned out all right. But how much pain did you suffer? How much torment did you endure to get, um, you know, just a stem? I'm trying to grow trees out here. You feel me? I'm trying to be a tree. I want the trees, my children standing next to me, I want them to be taller than me. I want their leaves to be bigger and broader than mine. I want their roots to go deep. You feel me? I want it to be like, dang, that's the hot. They came and they left. I mean, these trees are going to stand. They're not going nowhere. They're not. And so I'm not allowing anything small to come and creep in and throw darts, like mom said, little sucklings to suck the life out of the roots and out of the trunk of those trees. Oh no, absolutely not. So we can combat those things with Bible verses. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You can combat those things with words of affirmation. I am a king. I am a prince. I am, healthy in my mind. I am strong. I am a man. I'm not raising boys. That's what I tell people. Oh, I'm not raising children. I'm raising humans. They're people. They're actually going to be adults. So I'm raising young men. If you keep saying I'm raising children, then it's kind of weird because it's not true. We're raising them to be people. You're only a child for such a short amount of time, and you're an adult for the rest of that time. I mean, I'm raising you to be a very functional person, a young man who's out here able to do this for somebody else, able to share and help somebody else to be better and bigger and grow into something more. Okay. Um, that's what I want for my boys, young men, excuse me. Um, so I have words have power, and what you speak over someone, your words will manifest unless that person is able to combat it. So let's be careful. People that are giving, you have people that always come in and speak into your life in some way. So for those of us that are giving words, um, uh, let's just remember that we have the power to shape people, and the things that we say and confess and profess over our children, over our friends, over our family, we want it to be as positive and as loving as it can be. I mean, because if it's not, what else are we doing? You see someone trying to start a business, what is the harm in hitting the share button, hitting the love button, you know? Um, telling some people, like I said, if you have a business, please drop it in these comments because, I love it. I support it. And when I continue to share this, I will forward it. I love it. I mean, we all have a gift. And I want everybody to get their portion. I mean, come on. What's the harm in that? So, we have the power. Hey, Les, you started at about 49, but guess what, boo? Okay? Okay, shoot, my nails is everything. You understand? Bomb. So it's never too late. It's never too late to kill it. That is not what I was talking about. All I'm saying is that if we have the power to help shape someone at a young age and give them the tools that they need to grow exponentially, why would we not? Miss Kelly said, yes, I have taught and given my girls so many experiences that I didn't have so that when they get older, no sweet talking. Come on. That's right. That's right. Little dude will be able to take them into anything, talk them, excuse me, into anything by showing them something they've never had. That's right. My 12-year-old granddaughter is used to sleeping in a five-star hotel. That's right. That's right. So she knows the bar has been raised high. Yes, absolutely. So you can't take me to the trap house, sir. I don't do roaches. Like I was teasing Leslie, her granddaughter says roaches like roaches. She said, I don't like that because it's roaches. I said, what? I love that. Her little mouth is so cute. Oh my gosh. I love Mia Moore. Oh my gosh. She's so cute. Um, Miss Kelly again says it's never too late. It's never too late. Absolutely. So um I want to say that the seeds that are planted will reap a harvest. And what are you wanting to reap out of yourself, out of your business, out of your children, right? So, you know, I want to reap, um, I want to reap a plentiful harvest financially, right? Because we're being honest. I mean, I'm not in business, just to be in business. I want to reap a very plentiful harvest financially, but I also want to reap good people out of this seed deposit, right? So I want it to be like I put all these things in, and then out pops like spawns, right? So so that it's not just my tree, but I have other trees that I've helped to manifest and grow and blossom so that it's just like the forest. That's what I want. That's a goal of mine. That's why we're starting C3 Live the Experience. It is the cruise that we're hosting coming up in January 3rd through the 7th. We are starting with the Baja cruise. The I know I'm saying a lot because I'm recalling what's on the flyer, and I'll drop it in the comments when we're done. But this is our first time, and I say our because it's myself. Beware, she's in here too. If she stepped out, she installed a bidet in her bathroom tonight. Isn't that amazing? A bidet. I'm like so impressed. So that's what she did on her live tonight. And so me, Beware, and then our friend Brandy Porter and her husband, and Brandy's husband as well, Beware's husband as well. I'm the only one who doesn't have a husband yet. Ooh, that's okay. It's all right. Coming. I'm wait. He coming. But we joined together because we started these lives back during the beginning of the pandemic because people were bored, people were sad, people were very depressed, and it was hard on a lot of people. So we were like, you know what? Let's do a week of lives. So I chose Wednesday nights. Beware has Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sex, God, and Raising Kids. That's her, the name of her channel. I'm April Marie and the Sweet, and then Brandy Porter and her husband Cedric started theirs, and theirs is called B and C's Blended Adventure. So they're a blended family, and it's like the adventure of their life. So, hey, Levance, I cannot believe you're here. Welcome to the Sweet. And so when we started this live, um, we were just doing it, but it's caught on and it's maintained. And so we're so excited to be able to take it live on the cruise. So this is what we're going to be doing seminars, talking about topics like this, things that are in this community, in our community at large, that different things that we can do to help small businesses, different ways that we can help change the mindset of people, if they're open to it, just like this, you know, just talking about real life issues, things that happen, things that matter, you know. And so this is the first time we're coming out, and I'm so excited to report that just we've only been advertising for like a week and a half, and we already have like 13 rooms booked. So people are catching on and they're excited to come to the C3 Live experience. It's only a 4-day cruise, but in that experience, you will get fun, and you'll get business. So business and pleasure. You'll have the things that go on a fun ship, and then you'll also have some really cool, insightful, inspiring conversation platform. We're gonna have some platform is here. We're gonna have some panel discussions amongst me, Beware, her husband, CJ, Brandy Porter, and her husband, Cedric Porter. And so our views on things are so different, but so powerful. And so when we do our lives together, it is just amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. Stay tuned. Like I said, B, if you're up and I see you liking it, so maybe you can throw them in the chat for me. But Jazana said, stay in preparation. You will align with your divine husband. Amen, honey. That's exactly what I'm doing. I am staying prepared. There is oil in my lamp, so he could see it from afar. I'm doing it. Okay. Yes. Hashtag C3 Live. So let's see. Last point. Last point. Last point. What are you desiring to reap from your own life? Stop rehearsing what you've been told. That's the last point. So, what are you desiring to reap from your own life? What is it that you're trying to gain, right? So, what are you planting so that you can reap a harvest from? What are you giving out? What are you going to get back? Um, and stop rehearsing what you've been told. Stop that. Cut that out, cut the roots down. I understand it hurt. I understand it stayed, right? My dad said he recalled being told he had an analytical mind from the 5th grade. So could you imagine if he was called a thief in the, 5th, 3rd grade, whatever, and just a thief, a thief, a thief, a thief. That would stay. And guess what? He might be a thief because that was what he had, that is what he rehearsed, that is what he kept, that is what she planted, that is what he reaped, right? So we have to feed ourselves positive narratives back. We have to say, you know what? I may have stole, but I am not a thief. I may have done this, but that does not make me that, and I am not going to stay there. I can come out, and I thank God for freedom and me being able to take my seatbelt sign off and walk freely about the cabin and do my life the way that it was ordained for me to do it with freedom and excited to do it. Do something new. I don't have to stay there where you tried to put me. And that's that. So stop rehearsing the narrative. Stop rehearsing what you've been told. You can come out of that. And if you were a person who was told those things and that is what you have been reaping, just know that God is redeeming, right? And you can come out of it. Sow positivity in the narrative. Thank you, Brandy. That's beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. So that you can reap it. Because it is so true that whatever you plant, you will get a harvest from it, whether it is good or it is bad. And that is serious. Like that is serious and dangerous too. Okay. It can be great or it can be scary. So I want you guys to know that I am praying for y'all. I'm excited for y'all. I see so many amazing people in this live, and I'm just so thankful that you're here with me tonight. I am done with my notes. And I want you guys to know that it is now 11 o'clock. And I said I was only going to do an hour tonight. And I did it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, I'm not going to take the people's time up till midnight tonight. I'm going to do good. I'm only going to do an hour. I sowed what I reaped. Okay, that's real. So let me make sure I didn't miss any topic. I mean, any comments? Oh, yes. Beware said adult activities and panel discussions for everyone. Today, we had someone who's a little bit older. She was like, "What's the age limit on the cruise?" And we were like, Brandy said 116 years young. So basically, come one, come all. We're here for everybody. So anyhow, we're gonna drop. Excuse me, you guys. Oh my goodness. We're gonna drop the information on the cruise in the comments. And I hope to see you there. It's going to be so much fun. And I love you guys. I thank you guys for being with me tonight. I'm so appreciative of your presence, your feedback, all of your hearts and your thumbs ups, and all of the encouraging words. Just know that I feel the same way about you. And if you ever need to chat business or just whatever, hit me up. You can DM me. Um, and we're working through this life together. That's what this is about. So, oh, hey, Sam. I'm glad you're in the room too. I didn't even know you were watching. Welcome, welcome to the suite. So we will continue to do life together, and I'm so excited. Peace and increase to you too, Jazana, for sure. I appreciate you being here. You've been so inspiring tonight with all of your love, and I always appreciate you and your presence. Hey, Charlie Jones. I see you in the live as well. God bless you guys. This was so much fun. Make sure you tune in next week. Well, Brandy has one more night tonight, or tomorrow night, excuse me. Thursday night is her last night. Beware. You can catch her at 9 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sex, God, and Raising Kids. And let me just tell you, if you have not heard her speak or talk about her life, y'all should tune in. If you have not seen Brandy Porter and her husband Cedric Porter talk about life, honey, tune in. They're Monday nights at 9 p.m. or whenever she gets off from work, she kind of shouts out like, "I'm going live." And so it's a good time. It's a good time. And so thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Wednesday night, 10 p.m. with April Marie and the Suite. I love you guys, and I hope that you have a wonderful, amazing rest of your week. It's hump day, and we made it. Hey. All right, y'all. I love you. Mwah. Good night.